market today's at the total market cap today is sitting at $2.62 trillion. We should all give ourselves a pat on the back. It's been freaking brilliant. BTC sitting at $72,000. It has tried a little bit higher numbers. Absolutely fine. We talked about how these moves are going to come with these 3, 4K, 5K moves are going to come in. That's what we're seeing, nothing more. Of course, Ethereum finally broke through the $4,016 level, and it's kind of stationary. Now, I want to talk about this because it's very, very important. My name's Sham. This is 0x Files, and always, as I say, the truth is out there. Everything I've ever said on the videos are relevant to the day, obviously, but also there's a history behind them, and the truth always remains, right? You're probably wondering, what is he doing? Let me tell you what I'm doing, right? So today is the 11th of March, and the time now is 2:54 p.m. For reference, moments ago, Raymo just sent a message on Discord saying he will not be able to attend today's meetup, which is absolutely fine. I know it was kind of a short notice. It wasn't a big thing, but that's not an issue. I do have 1 or 2 people coming, which is fine. I just kind of had to reschedule everything just to make time for it. So I am looking at the charts. Charts look green, looks brilliant. And this is the kind of a thing we need to see, guys, in the market, right? Now, market itself, the total market is moving up with BTC. We don't want one coin, BTC, which is the biggest dominance right now. I mean, I'll tell you what the freaking dominance is, right? And that's like, a lot of people don't understand that. Look, we've got 2 million plus coins being tracked by CoinMarketCap, and various exchanges are trading them as well. And BTC has 54% dominance over them. Alone, one coin, the king, right? The granddaddy of all coins, has 54% dominance. That's something you got to think about. So what we want it to do is, of course, lead the market, and it is leading, but it also needs to kind of calm down, take a few baby steps so that we can get to those higher levels that we all aim for, right? But while we do that, we need to do it with caution. I always say this, with caution. I mean, I've been saying it more now than ever. So during the entire bear market, I haven't been talking about it. But right now it's important, more important than ever, right? Because now we're in the new price discovery zone. So that means we have potential to go and discover brand new highs, 100K, 200K, 300K, whatever, doesn't matter. And the potential for those to happen is very high, right? There are other datas, other metrics involved. I can't say what, but there are, right? Let's just say there are. Because, I don't like to go by news and rumors, none of that business. I'm not into the FOMO business, but that's the reality. So that's what's happening. So if you are here for the first time, I would appreciate if you could hit the subscribe, thumbs up, maybe share with one another if you find value, because here we do just facts, nothing more, right? I don't look at news. I don't give you FOMO. I'm not going to hype something, none of that business here, but I am going to tell you that it's important for you to protect your funds, right? That's what I'm going to tell you. That's the most important thing a lot of people forget to do. So that's current situation. When you're looking at the total market cap, as I said, 2.62 trillion, brilliant. That's $10 trillion, sorry, about $10 billion or something. Is it 10 or 100, something like this, weird. Anyway, so I think it's 10 more than what we had before. That's a good thing, guys. Money's coming into the market, but also BTC dominance is high, which I'm not quite happy, because I would love to see the alts come and take over some of that dominance, right? Because what we want is ultimately, guys, the goal is, right, we've got 2 million coins. Maybe in the future we might have 10 million coins, right? And there's no limit to how many coins we can have. I mean, if you look at the Solana meme coins, freaking hell, every single day there's like hundreds coming out, right? And they're pumping and they're bringing money to the market. Why not? Because people who pump these with the Solana are bringing back the Solana, right? So there's money coming in, right? More in fresh USDT, XYZ coming in, money coming in, right? So that's all a good thing. But what we need is the market to calm down at the same time, right? So I've been looking at BTC today, and I'm going to just jump into BTC, right? I looked at BTC today, and obviously it's pumping. I saw the notification as soon as I woke up. I didn't have a look at the charts until moments ago. I just actually stopped the vehicle. And I said, right, okay, I'm going to look at the chart and I'm going to drop something, because tonight I will not be able to do a live stream. Maybe I might stream live, I don't know. But as I said, I've got a meetup tonight. So I'm going to spend some time with whoever's coming and see where we go from there. It'll be nice. You know what I mean? Something different, right? It'll be nice. I mean, I'm going to go to my barbers and get a haircut and have a shave and whatnot, for the occasion. Why not? Right. So I'm going to do that. So looking at the market today, what I've noticed, because I had to zoom in, right? So when you look at the market, normally I focus on the weekly stuff, and the weekly stuff is great. I'm not complaining. But when I see a market moving, and sometimes it's going up by thousands of dollars, you got to then come back to reality and say, right, hold on, before I FOMO, I've got to move my stop losses up. So now I've got to protect myself. So if I make a lot of money, I've got to keep that, right? So that's what I'm seeing right now. So BTC currently sitting at 72,222 at this very moment. Again, I'll give you the time, is 2:58, so you can see the reference, right? This video is uncut, straight up video, and I don't do scripted stuff as well. So on the hourly, so I've been focusing on the hourly mostly because I had to zoom in to see where could we find a little support. What I've noticed is on the hourly, we found a support around the $71,400 level, which is quite cool to see that forming into a support. Obviously, it's not a strong support, but it's a good support, right? So if anything was to happen, it's been bouncing around that. It has come down and tested that a few times on the hourly. I would obviously love to see it on a higher time frame at some stage, right? But that's all good. Also, if you notice in the last few days, and in fact the last entire week, right, there was a few times where we attempted to go and break through that $69,000, $70,000 level, and eventually we did. Now the good news is, because that previous all-time high that we had, that 69,000-ish level, was a psychological level, and we've now printed a candle above that and then gone beyond that and now created a slightly different support area. We know we got a baseline to work with, right? And that's telling us that the previous 69,000 or 70,000, close to $70,000, has become our support. All right, so that's a good thing, right? So we have a plus point there. Also, like 69, 70, that's all that range there from 67 to $70,000. So there's a $3,000 range that's become a strong support for us, right? And I talk about this quite often. I say, look, on the hourly, on the 4 hourly, it doesn't matter what time you look at. If you can layer these supports, right, you constantly layered them on top, they become a stronger foundation, and that's what we've had right now. So that's a good thing. I'm seeing this as a plus thing, right? So it doesn't matter about the RSI, it doesn't matter about the stochastic RSI, the MACDs, whatever, none of this matters, right? We know we have a support, right? So that's something good to go by. Also, obviously, when we're looking at that, we can see the 21 moving average is we're way above that, which is brilliant, right? So we might come back to test that at some stage, but as long as it can go, we're okay. What we don't want is a parabola. That's what we've always said. We do not want to see a parabola. So this way we can calm down a little bit, let the money flow back in, and let the markets move forward. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to talk about other coins, except, like, you know, they're all looking good. I have said this as well. I said, so this is a decision I made the other day. I said, look, if I hold a bunch of SAY, right, and I've been holding it for a long time, and, you know, you get bored, right? It's a bull market, man. We've all got to make money, right? So now that we're in a bull market, who cares about fundamentals, right? I don't care what the project is. I don't care what the coin is. I don't care what the coin is going to do. I just want to make a bit of money, right? So I looked at SAY and I was like, okay, I had SAY for a little while. I've done a lot of ins and outs on SAY, by the way, but I'm not making the big gains that I could potentially make, and that's money locked in. So I said to myself, I said, okay, I've made enough, right? I've made enough. So now it's time for me to probably move on. So what I'm planning to do is flip into Solana and flip into Ethereum, those two, but mostly Solana. I'm going to flip all of the SAY into Solana. So I was originally thinking of doing it when it was like $1, but I think SAY is about to explode. So I might just flip into SAY right now. Also, as a word of caution for everybody that's watching this video, right, I want to tell you guys, right, there's a lot of coins we want to go in, right? We love these coins, right? There are hundreds, if not thousands of coins doing thousands of %. There are coins that I've seen recently, right? There was yesterday, I saw one. It did 7 million %, right? Which is fucking phenomenal. It's ridiculous, excuse my language, but that's what it was. It was just unbelievable. So, but I didn't jump in. I missed it anyway. But that's not the point. The point is there are coins out there doing 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000, 90,000 %, right? If we miss them, we miss them. We don't worry about them. We just leave them, find another one, carry on. And of course, we want to play the safest ones, right? And also, a lot of these coins that have pumped this high are the coins that have launched brand new. They're fresh, right? When they're fresh, they're going to have the pump cycle because everyone's FOMOing in, and then the founders or wherever, they will dump, right? People who have large quantities, they will dump it on the public, and then we let it bleed out, give it 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week, and then we see if that still survives, then we jump in, right? So if we miss something, we can always come back in. Nothing's leaving us, right? If we really wanted to. But what I'm going to say is, if there are thousands of coins out there, get in, rinse and repeat, do whatever you need to do, but don't hold back, right? Why I'm saying this? Imagine you've seen 100 different coins and you go in and you want to buy these, but they're on 10 different exchanges, right? Now, what you have to understand for yourself, right, and make that decision based on that as well. Do you have enough hands, enough fingers, enough devices, or enough time to exit all of them if the market goes south? That's all I'm saying, nothing else, right? So for that, like for myself, I originally, during this bull market, I started off with 2 coins, and then I built a portfolio, and I had like almost about 70, 80 coins. And then the recent dump that we had just last week, right, when we had the dump, I can't remember when, I made a video on it, but during that time I had an opportunity. I was like, oh, I'm in profit. I now have an opportunity where I've been stopped out of many coins. I have a whole bunch of cash. What am I going to do with it? Am I going to go degen with it, right? So yes, of course I'm going to degen with it, but a very small percentage I kept cash. And then the remainder, I locked it into Ethereum and Solana. I said, right, those are the 2 I'm betting on, right? I want to bet on the biggest horses with the most stable and where the most volume is. So that's what I did. So I just chose those 2 just to be safe and be out of stress, if that makes sense. And if I have to manually go and press a button, then I know I can do both of them within a few minutes, right? So that's how I've controlled my emotion to do this. So I'm just, this is like a bit of a warning. So everybody's like, guys, we're going to climb up. We want to move our stop losses. Like I had a stop loss around the 62,000. I'm going to move that for BTC. I'm going to move that up now, right? I'm going to move it up closer to maybe $69,000. If we fall below that, then I want to pick it up, right? So the idea is I have like myself, I have complete control, and I've now made the decisions like, okay, what do I want to do? Right? How far do I want to go with some coins, and how far don't I want to go with some coins, right? So that's how I've looked at it. And also, if I want to play 100 different coins or 1,000 different coins, I want to be in and out. I don't really want to stick around because it's a bull market, right? And when it goes into a bear market, then I'm going to look at fundamentals. So someone mentioned the other day, said, you're not into fundamentals anymore right now, are you? I said, no, this season we're not. He said, you're into fundamentals. I said, yeah, of course, I'm into fundamentals. Because there are time for us to look for strategies, look for great projects, to do our research. Remember, in a bear market, I would normally say this, I say 99% research, 1% trade, right? So we do a lot of research on the backgrounds, the communities, the projects, everything, right? We do all of that, and then we look for those good ones that we want to get into, right? Who have the potential to do something good in the future, right? That's where we lock our bags. But we buy it in the bear market. In a bull market, everything pumps, right? Especially when people are playing on the new launches, right? So on the exchange, they're launching, and they want to go and they want to play the pumps. Well, you play the pump and you get the hell out. That's what you have to do, right? And you know, if you think you like the project, then you've pumped, you've doubled your money, you tripled your money, you 10x your money, whatever, go and put a little bit from the profit money. You don't need to put your initial investment out, because the entire cycle, I've said to everybody, I said, guys, one thing you need to focus on more than anything else, not the profits, forget all of that doesn't matter. What you need to focus on your initial investment. Can you save your initial investment? And if you can you double your initial investment? Because if you can, then you take your initial out. Now you're the boss because you're trading with free money, and now your goal is to increase that free money. All right. So I've had one of our brothers, I won't mention who, but he, like today, he sent me a voice message and really made my day. He knows who he is, and he says, look, I've only been in trade for like 4 or 5 days, and I've achieved this, and I'm really happy, and you know, I think you're a great person and this and that. So he said a lot of nice stuff about me and really made my day. I thought, you know what, thank you very much, I do appreciate that. You know, for me, I believe that I've achieved my one good deed of the day, because every day I aim to do one good deed, right? At least help one person. If I can, then I've achieved it. So I think that's what's happened today with the brother. I could tell from the tone, because funny, he sent me a message and then he deleted it. But what he didn't realize was I listened to the message. So I knew that there was a lot of stress in his voice message, right? And you can tell. And I said, look, I'm going to call you back. I'm going to call you back later. But I was busy. So by the time he deleted it, right? And then he's like, oh, because obviously he clocked on that I listened. So he's like, oh, no, that was just by frustration. I said, don't worry about it. I understand that. I've been through it. You know, it's not, whatever I'm going to tell you, whatever, I'm going to acknowledge, I'm going to pass on to you. It's from my experience. There is nothing you could say that you've had in your life that I haven't had. I've been around for a while, right? I don't know if many people know, but I'm quite old enough, right? But I've seen many, many things, and you know, good and bad and the ugly. In the crypto especially, I've seen everything, right? All sorts of rugs and scams and whatnot, right? I've been rugged many, many times. So all I can do is like pass on those knowledge to people and say, guys, be safe. So right now, my whole intention is this entire bull run until the end, right? is, guys, lock your profits, right? Whatever it takes, lock your profit. Also, if you have 10, 15, 20 different coins, for example, I'm giving an example here, and you have it in multiple exchanges, the other thing you got to notice is if you do even if you do with a stop loss, right, or a limit stop or whatever you want to call it, you do that, not all of them will activate. So sometimes you will have to go and make time for that. But it's just that whole thing you need to understand back of your head. It's like when the market flips, it flips. So am I prepared for that? That's all I'm saying. Just be prepared for it, nothing else, right? And I hope you all make some serious money, you know, and really, really enjoy life, because that's what bull runs are about. Bull runs are about excitement, about the fact that we make a lot of money, and we've got to enjoy those money, right? We don't want to be bag holders. We don't want to be miserable after the bull market is. We want to be happy. We want to be excited. We want to be like, right, bring it on, people, right? We've played the small leagues. We want to go into play the big leagues. And I actually mentioned that to Rover as well. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to do. It's all about being calm. It's all about having complete control over your emotions. And I talk about this many times about trading. This is one of the reasons why I don't do chart videos most of the time, because it's not the chart that's important. It's not how we do it. It's not what we do. It's how we think that really matters. Our perspective, our vision, our views of certain narratives really do matter. That's how we become a better person in any field we go in. You know, you can't just go and trade if you don't have a trader's mindset, right? You can't go and hope to make millions of dollars in crypto if you're not doing it the right way, because most of the time you're now wanting something and you're going to see your balance all of a sudden $1,000 invested jump to $10,000, but then it will come down to $100 and you've just lost it, right? If you have the right mindset and you have the right plan, the right strategy, you should be able to lock your initial investment at least. That's the whole key here. I don't care about how much profit you make. I want you guys to make the maximum amount of profit, go to the freaking moon. I want you to do that, right? And I don't want anything off it, right? I don't want anything from you. But I also want you to protect your initial investment, because that's how I know that you've done the right thing and you're the top dog. You're the top dog. If everybody in my group comes up and says to me, and I'm talking about Discord group, right? If everyone comes up and says to me, bro, this year we haven't lost a penny, you will make me so proud. Honestly, you will all make me so proud, and I'll believe that I've actually achieved my goal, right? I've achieved my goal of coming to YouTube and helping one person, right? And I'll end up helping everybody. So that's all I'm aiming for, nothing else, guys. Don't need anything in return from me. Maybe a little subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe a little like, maybe share with one other so they can also find the value. Because the market, the industry, YouTube itself, the algorithm, right, it's littered with a lot of clickbait, a lot of hype news, a lot of FOMO news, a lot of bad news, right? That will get you into trouble. And I'm just trying to protect you guys. For the limited community that I have, I'm like, guys, please understand, you've got to be very, very careful. So other than that, I'm not going to take any of your time. Market's looking fantastic. We've just gone to $2.63 trillion and BTC is currently at 72,485. I know a lot of you guys might want to know what the upside is, right? How high we can go. I don't like to repeat myself. I did say on a previous video that the bull flag we saw on the hourly was showing us $76,000, and the 4-hourly bull flag that we printed was showing us $77,000. So we have a range. We know it's between $76,000 and $77,000. And then for us, if we do dip down, as I just said, we are looking at around $69,000 to $70,000 as our baseline. If we did dip anything below that, then we can expect it to go down a bit more, but that's unlikely, highly unlikely right now looking at the market. But 69 is possible, 70 is possible, right? That's the range, that is possible. Worst case scenario. Right now, I'm not too concerned, because unlike the other day when I made that prediction where I said when big BTC went to 64 and I said it's going to go to 58, it's not valid, because what you'll find now, a lot of the leverage traders have learnt their lesson and they're not getting over super bullish and they're not giving it to the house. What they're doing is, there are some leverage traders who are trying to short the market. I won't mention his name. There's an idiot on YouTube with 100,000 subscribers, probably more. He's been trying to short the market and he's losing money. Everyone's cursing him for it, right? So anyway, he's an idiot. But people like him who try to short the market, currently they probably lost around $200-300 million in shorts, right? Again, got wrecked completely. Why go against the narrative? If the narrative is there saying it's going to go up, let it go up. You know, why be greedy? Why you want to go and trade your 1 BTC for 10 BTC? Because all you're doing is giving it to the house. And that's what's happening right now. So those of the people who are playing responsibly, doing small leverage, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, you're doing fine, right? Those are the people who are buying spot markets and setting up stop losses and keeping it, they're fine as well, right? So I know a lot of people who have accumulated a lot more BTC than they had before, a lot more Ethereum than they had before, by just doing spots. Can you imagine this? So they didn't do the, oh, we're going to increase our portfolio, we're going to become millionaires. They said, we just want more BTC, and they are winners, in my opinion, at least, right? So that's what's happening. That's what I want to see. There's great opportunities. I mean, I said to you guys as well, I said, I'm expecting the market to go to around $4 trillion at least, right? And then anything above that is a bonus. So that's coming, guys. That's coming. I know a lot of guys have asked me recently, like on YouTube, they've asked me on the comments, basically, they said, how do we predict the top, right? Kind of, how do you predict the top? It's a tough question. There are multiple ways of doing it. For me, I normally stick to the chart and I look at patterns on the chart, and then I can guess it like this. I have kind of explained how I do what my methodology is, but if someone puts it on a chart, they might not understand it. Not a problem. What I'll do is the next time I do a live, I'll try and add that on, that segment on, or if I forget, remind me, guys. Please remind me. Remember, I don't take notes, right? I get 100 different questions every single day, so I try and answer those. So for me, I might be thinking about something, and then I'll have 10 different questions that come and dilute that, and I'm answering those 10 questions. So that's what happens with me, right? And I don't script anything. So, you know, whatever's there, if I'm on a live, come along, join me and ask me, and I will tell you. And if I have a chart in front of me, I'll show you how it's done, right? So that way you understand more. And also, sometimes if you need the charts as well, I'm happy to share my chart on Discord. That's not a problem, or anywhere, right? I'll share my chart with you guys, depending on what level of what do you call this, the subscription you have with TradingView. You might get to see all my indicators that I don't use as well, because it's there, but I don't use them. Or you might just see the chart, one or the other. But I ultimately, you will see the thing, because there are, I think, I'm not sure what happens on the free level. I think now it's limited to like 2 indicators. Technically, you can still get away with using 2 indicators if you use the free version of TradingView. I think, yeah, even if you use 2, then there are 2 most important ones. I'd say the 50-week moving average and the 21. If you follow those 2, you should be able to get a rough idea. Ideally, you want to use all 3, even 4, I would say, like 21, 50, 100, and 200. The moving average, right? And you can use that on a daily, you can use it on a weekly, and you can see the patterns. And the idea is as long as we're above, right, our lowest time frame, we're still bullish. And if we start to come down towards our higher time frame, then of course we're in a freaking bear market, right? Or starting to get into a bear market. So again, words won't explain it. I'll have to show it to you, but I'll happily show it on a chart. As I said, if I'm on a live stream, ask me, I'll definitely drop one. Or you can ask me anything as well. Live streams, remember, when I come on them, guys, it's all about ask me anything. Literally ask me anything. And if I have the answers, I'll tell you. If I don't know, I'll put my hands up and say, I don't know. You know, I've had people before in the past, we talked about aliens, we talked about pyramids, we talked about conspiracies. There's so many different theories out there. I have my own views. Obviously, I don't look at all the conspiracies and just take them for what they are. I have my own views. I have my own theories, right? And I'll happily, gladly talk about them on a live stream, not a problem. Right, but I won't make a specific video about it, if that makes sense. But anyway, 23 minutes, too long. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be really nice. Please leave a comment. That does help with the algorithm, because I've noticed the videos with the highest comment got more views than the videos without a comment. Also, around 80% of my the views, or 84% of the views actually, I've noticed on average, comes from non-subscribers, which is fantastic. But I would appreciate if you could subscribe. And yeah, I mean, this speaks volumes. I've seen channels with 1 million subscribers on them, but they only have like 1% of their subscribers viewing it, and the rest non-subscribers. So that makes a lot of difference. That means clearly people are finding some value, and people are still sticking around. So that's quite good. Also, how many people subscribe and unsubscribe, that also matters as well. And I've noticed my channel, a lot of people have subscribed, they haven't unsubscribed, and that's a good thing. Right, and I do appreciate that, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, all of you guys, for being with me, being patient with me, and taking the time to understand what I'm about and what I want to do, what I want to achieve. All right, so that's what it is. I'm a community guy. It's for the community. So like, share, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.